IVM.
Hello and welcome to Football Twaddle. This is Bastard Saru saying hello. and on the
Hello,
on Skype, the other bastard speaking is Tanuj Baru.
Why are you so pissed off, man? Relax.
Say hello, bloody bastard.
Hello, bastard. Hello.
All right, now that all that initial enthusiasm is over, I would like listeners to know that the amount of enjoyment you had in the last 20 seconds of the conversation was the same as you would have derived watching Manchester United play Arsenal yesterday.
Yeah,
So, Baru,
right.
you were quite excited about the game. And then with every passing minute, you just got disappointed. At 90 minutes, you just gave up hope on life. Why? Why?
I gave up hope on life actually way before the match started. Like exactly an hour before the match when I saw that Ozil hasn't made it to the playing 11
Yes.
and he hasn't even made it to the bench. And Tierney, who had an amazing game in the previous game, wasn't even in the squad. Instead, we got our Bosnian tank on the left front, which was kind of a surprise. But then you realize that it's Unai Emery who is managing the team, and you're like, yeah, fuck this shit.
All right. So before we get to all those points, the game in general, dude, how the mighty have fallen. Like every year we talk about, is this a new low for Manchester United versus Arsenal games? And every year you think, oh yeah, it can't get lower than this, right? And yesterday when the commentator at one point in the first half, commentator, did you hear that? The commentator basically said, "Oh, this is rubbish, isn't it?"
No, but it can't get worse than this, right? I mean, from Super Sunday, it's gone to Monday Night Raw, whatever it's called now.
Yeah, but dude, come on. What happened to these two teams? Why have they fallen so much?
I don't know, man. I think it's just like the economic cycle or something of football, maybe.
Okay.
We should ask like Nirmala Sitaraman or something to explain this.
She'll give a tax break to Manchester United.
Do they need? Government of India would probably become like a fiscal sponsor or something for them.
Yeah. So, McTominay, what a player, man. That guy, whatever said and done, that guy puts in so much during the 90 minutes every game. I mean, we can talk about his lack of skills or what he does on the pitch is not good enough. But that guy is almost relentless in what he tries to do or what he tries to do for what the manager says. And that goal was the most deserved. He was the best player on the pitch yesterday, and what a goal it was.
Yeah, I think best player on the pitch could be split between either McTominay or even James was putting in quite a shift yesterday. But yeah, he is a pretty good player, and I think you did call that goal.
Yes.
Sometime before he actually got it.
Yeah.
And on the amazingly fun Football Twaddle live match.
Banter.
Chat.
Yeah.
The banter room.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot more of our listeners should probably join.
Yeah.
It's a fun experience, man. I mean, we should do this more often, actually.
Yeah. So, listeners, I mean, just
For people
check.
who don't follow us on Instagram,
You're missing out on a
I
lot.
think it's time.
Yeah. Just get on Instagram and there will be one match during every week where we'll probably create a banter group. You can join in and yeah, we can at least talk through the match. That is much more fun than watching the match yesterday. But regarding the goal of Manchester United, Granit Xhaka, was he actually ducking or someone was defending him, right? I think who was defending him, ducking or whatever?
See, if you look at the movement his movement on that ball, off his head actually on that move, it does look like he was going for, was trying to head it away.
Yeah.
But there is a case over here that the deflection actually took the ball away from him.
Okay.
So, because the ball did get deflected slightly when it hit Socrates.
Yeah. So Arsenal basically had a choice from a starting 11 of 6 captains and then they all voted and then chose one captain, which was Granit Xhaka. How do you think he performed as a captain? Let's not talk about how Xhaka performed as a player. As a captain, how did he do?
I think he performed pretty well as a captain because you can see all of these screen grabs and photos all over the internet where Xhaka is like pointing to his head and he's like, guys, maintain the mental focus after the equalizer
How bad
and
should the
stuff like
team be
that.
that Shaka is now in telling the team, please maintain your mental focus? Like,
See, please, don't mix it, okay? Don't mix it.
all right.
Don't mix Xhaka the player with Xhaka the captain. You just asked me not to do that,
Yes.
and you're doing the same thing right now.
Okay.
As a captain, he had to keep that, make them maintain that composure. But and I'm sure Xhaka the player himself wasn't listening to Xhaka the captain.
Oh yeah, but he just got one yellow card in the game. Now let's talk about.
Surprisingly, I mean, it's funny about how most of us actually thought that he was already on a yellow for most of the game.
Dude, I think our starting assumption is that Luis has given a penalty and Shaka is on a yellow. So, so if that was the only assumption. But now let's talk about VAR. So there are two things. One is, photography can give such a bad impression against linesmen or whatever. Like the photograph which is circulating on the internet makes it seem like, oh God, it was like, what a...
Easily 2 yards onside.
Yeah, exactly. But then if you actually look at the game, it just happened in like 0.0 some seconds where people were running in the opposite direction, that he probably did think that it was an offside.
I think the linesman actually, that was a huge blunder on his part because he obviously was not tracking the line, which he should have been doing. That is why it makes it seem like a very obvious offside because, the minute you realize you're fucked up, but when you look at, when you finally see Oba moving in so much space, it's a safe assumption to make that he was probably offside.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a huge blunder on the linesman's part and he tried to fix it by calling it off.
Yeah, so the linesman did two blunders. One is not sticking to the line. The second one is raising his flag. But there was no whistle.
Exactly.
There was no whistle, right? Like the ref didn't. The
ref waited for Aubameyang to shoot
and then whistled it.
Before he whistled for an offside.
Yeah.
Not for the goal. But I think somebody mentioned that this is something that the FA has actually told linesmen, that you need to call the offside whenever it's an offside. So instead of the more internationally accepted rules that you just keep the flag down, and if nothing major comes out of that move, then you can just call it an offside.
Oh, okay. And
about this one, he was like obviously on track, on goal, and he shouldn't have raised this flag.
One thing I would like to tell about that VAR is, a lot of people on Twitter and social media is like, like the linesman showed the flag and that is why the play stopped for Manchester United. Yeah, dude, the distance between Ashley Young and Aubameyang, everything was so far that even if the linesman had not flagged it, probably Aubameyang would have still scored the goal.
No, and if you look at that play, it seems like only Young was the guy who was a part of that move.
Yeah.
Who probably had sight of of the linesman. Both De Gea and I think was it Maguire. Who was the other guy on him?
Maguire. No, Lindelof. Yeah, Maguire. One of them. I don't know.
One of them. They had no idea, whether the referee had raised his flag or not. But ultimately, the thing is, the way it works is that you need to play to the whistle, which is something that even the commentators reiterated yesterday. Yeah. And that is something, a rookie mistake, and they didn't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it's a mistake. It's a rookie mistake with the assumption that, if it wasn't an offside flag that was raised, Young would have probably saved that goal or something, but whatever.
He won't have. Yeah, so we saw the entire game, and the only thing that excited you was Lindelof's shot in the 92nd minute.
It was brilliant.
Why were you so high?
It's funny about how Pogba and Lindelof are in the same team. And Pogba with that same move, with the same shot, he would have probably given a through ball to Greenwood, who had scored a goal or something. But, same distance. And Lindelof is just so bad, man.
Really, look at an Arsenal fan saying Lindelof is bad. But I have to say one thing about David Luiz. He hasn't lost the ability to make those diagonal crosses. Dude, that guy is pinpoint diagonal cross he can make. I don't think he can make anything much. All right. A few.
With Chelsea for way too long. So.
Yeah, a few things about the game. Why is Unai Emery not getting more criticized for not even choosing Mesut Ozil? How can you let your club's highest earner at £350,000 a week just like not play? Like, what is going on? Why is he not being criticized for it as much as he should?
He wasn't. He wasn't even in the squad, man. Like, at least get him on the bench or something.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I think most of the Arsenal fans are just confused with the whole, Schrödinger-ness of the situation, that if we don't get Ozil to play, he's our best player and our highest paid player. But if he does play and he messes up and doesn't run, they're like, why is he playing?
Yeah, but come on, man. How can you not play him? And why does he always wait for Dani Ceballos to come in the second half? Why can't he just make that substitution before the first minute, or just put him in the playing 11 and just get on with it? What is the need for having Gundozi, Xhaka and Torreira in the midfield? What sort of midfield is that?
So, I mean, I have no answers for this, man. You really need to send an email. We should probably do that. We should send an email to
unai@emery.com. And then we should ask him something. You know, DT, the great man from AFTV, there was a lot of crossover United fan camps and Arsenal fan camps, and he goes to the United fan camp and he says, I mean, you guys are way below us in the transition. I'm disappointed because I thought you were there for the taking and couldn't take. Like, we are shit. But both our teams are so shit that it's just so disappointing overall. Is that your feeling as well?
I didn't understand what that was.
He basically said both the teams are so shit, even though we are at least 1 or 2 years ahead of you in the transition from a long-standing manager.
Oh, like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that that collective shittiness summarizes it well.
Man, what a game. It just felt like 2 hours wasted on a Monday night. First of all, Monday night is so hard because, some people have to earn their daily wages on Tuesday. And on top of it, you have to watch this. It just becomes such an unbearable thing. So on that...
Yeah, and apparently, even Manchester right now, the whole atmosphere in the city right now, it had nothing to do with like EPL or Arsenal fans coming in or United or whatever. It's filled with Croatians right now.
With Croatians?
Yeah, they have a match against City coming up, right?
Oh, you mean those Croatians? Okay, I thought... Oh, yeah, but I thought no one even goes to Manchester City Stadium for Champions League. So... But the best thing...
main Manchester team, right?
Oh man, it gives me so much joy to watch United just be destroyed every week. One of the guys on YouTube I was seeing, he said, what is Solskjaer's claim to fame in his managerial capacity? He stuck his leg out in 1999 and the ball went into a goal. So you made him a manager? Are you saying if Teddy Sheringham had stuck his leg out, you would have made him a manager? It's like the meltdown of United fans is beautiful to watch. That's all I would like to say.
Yeah, but it's not as fun as the meltdown of Arsenal fans.
Because you guys got there first. Yeah, you guys got there first. Yeah. Now AFTV seems like a sane channel now. They're like, oh,
it looks like a media house now, man.
It is, dude. It's like we have to give it to Robbie. Probably we should request Robbie to get on the podcast one of these days, but he has built a proper media channel, right? A media house. He's doing so many things. It's amazing what he does. Yeah. All right. So we'll take a break right now, Baru, because we spent 15 minutes talking about a boring game, right?
Wow.
So just
how did you do that,
man? I think we've grown quite good over the last 4 years. And if people want to know, we are India's oldest football podcast. I've just aged considerably just even seeing that. Yeah, so we'll take a break, and after the break, let's talk about this City, Leicester, Chelsea, these lesser teams who are doing quite well in the league. So stick around for that.
Hey everybody, you know what we've got? We've got another awesome week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you're not following us on social media, please make sure you do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So if you haven't been following us on YouTube, please do a search for IVM CCTV and get a peek inside what's going on in the studio. You can see excerpts from Cyrus Says, Naveen from Keeping It Queer, Akash from Varta Lab. There's stuff that we've done with Feeding 10 Billion. There are a whole bunch of little videos over there. Give it a watch and let us know what you think about that. This week on Cyrus Says, it's a podcast crossover as hosts of our new show, GBCD Farhad Karkaria and Sunitra Lairi join Cyrus to talk about the meaning of being queer, how to define labels, and how their podcast came about. Also, speaking of GBCD, Farhad and Sunitra in their show delve into the family stories and recalling what it was like to navigate queerness as a kid. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam is joined by two guests, Ankur Chaudhary and Swapnil Bhaskar. They're the co-founders at Goalwise. They discuss the new features at Goalwise and transitioning from regular to direct mutual funds. On Golgappa, Trupti is joined by Mahesh Ane, award-winning cinematographer who is known for his work on Swades. He talks about the ups and downs that he encountered along the way in the film industry. On Ganatantra, Alok and Saru are joined by Smitana Saikia of Flame University, Pune to talk about the history and impact of the NRC list and how it has caused marginalization in the Northeast. On another crossover, this time on What a Player, Mikhail and Siddhartha joined by Sivram Parmeswaran, the host of the podcast Football Shitball. They talk about the thrill of watching football and following a club. On Mr. and Mrs. Binge Watch, Janice and Anirudh look back at the best and worst moments of the 2019 Emmy Awards. On Advertising is Dead, Varun is joined by singer-songwriter Ankur Tiwari, who talks about how artists find new forms of expression and monetize their work. And with that, let's get you on with your show.
Welcome back to Football Twaddle. This is Saru, and as usual, we have Baru on Skype.
What's up? Oh, this is usual now. Damn it.
It has become usual, so it's okay. People people, I think we are getting fan mail on what? Baru's there for 8 game weeks in a row. What's going on? Something like that. Yeah. All right. So, let's see what were the other games of the weekend. Liverpool beat Sheffield 1-0. I'm sure you didn't watch the game. Did you watch it?
I was following it.
And did you see
what's up?
Did you see the goalkeeper howler?
No. What is it about? Tell me about it.
So Sheffield were playing quite well, and the least they should get gotten from that game was a draw. But the goalkeeper basically lets the ball through his legs, and Liverpool win the game. And then the beauty of it was in the post-match, they asked Chris Wilder, the Sheffield manager, basically, do you have any words to say about your goalkeeper? And obviously everyone would have expected ki it's okay, mistakes happen and everything. That guy just went opposite. He's like, it's a shame. We played so well. We were getting a really big result, like how Norwich was getting against City. We were beating almost like drawing, or probably would have beaten the European champions. And then we go up and do that mistake. I haven't spoken to him, but it's time people realize that if you want to be counted at that level, you should not make those mistakes. I was like, what?
Oh, he chose the wrong option in FIFA manager mode.
Oh, yeah. In FIFA manager mode, what is that? Attitude of the player sucks after this, and then you have to go tell him.
Playing chemistry falls.
Yeah, you have to go give the player a back rub later and say, it's okay, yeah. Yeah. So that was one.
But we wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Your PlayStation doesn't work anymore.
Oh God, I'll get it repaired, dude. I'll get it repaired. I'm a little busy this week, but I'm on it. Don't worry about it. All right. So Leicester beat Newcastle final, right?
If you say so.
I am saying Leicester beat Newcastle final.
So why are you asking? What's with the confirmation?
No, I was just like confirming, like, oh yeah, even you remember the same scoreline. And the Newcastle manager Steve Bruce, what does he do in response to Leicester beating Newcastle final?
What?
He sends his squad on a holiday.
Wow.
Yeah. Imagine next week they get beaten 7-0. Christmas comes early. So he was so disappointed in the team that he just said, "No, we're not training tomorrow." Yeah. So you think that's a good way for a manager to take, like, build morale after his team loses final?
The assumption is that they go on a holiday together.
No, just give them a day off to, like, think about, like in school we used to get this punishment. Go stand in the corner and think about what you've done.
Man, what schools have you been to?
Why? You were never punished in your school or what?
Nah, they used to put us in round classrooms.
What is round classrooms?
Round classrooms.
I don't understand. What does that mean? Like, what sort of punishment is that?
There are no corners in round classrooms, so you can't say punish people.
Dude, so what sort of punishment did you get in school?
None, man.
No way. I don't believe that one bit.
Yeah, probably like, I don't know, man. We never used to probably go stand outside the class, maybe. But even that never used to happen.
What in Nigeria?
Oh, in Jammu, they used to hit us with a stick.
Yeah, a stick.
Yeah, and
what is it?
I moved back to Jammu like
in
after
preparation
13 years.
In preparation of pellet guns, that was, huh?
Oh, dude. So, the sports master, he used to, carry this thin cane around with him. And I'd never got hit as a kid. And when I was 13 years old, that's when I moved to Jammu from Nigeria.
Yeah.
And I saw like a couple of people like getting hit because they went late to sports class one day.
What? Got hit because they went late to sports class?
Yeah, so I mean, it was his class, right? He's sports master or whatever. So I was like, okay, so I mean, that looks like an interesting experience. So the next day when it was our turn, so even I went late just to like experience what getting hit with a cane feels like. And it was winters in Jammu, so the pain hits you like 2 seconds later with a 10x multiplier. Oh man!
So did you go late after that? Like ever?
No.
Oh wait, you left Jammu after that. All right, let's get back to football. Tottenham beat Southampton 2-1. Serge Aurier gets a red card, but Harry Kane scores, and
Son gets an assist.
Yeah, they just get
good stuff for my FPL all around.
Exactly. Oh, one thing I want to talk about, Bournemouth versus West Ham 2-2. That was probably the game of the week, man. That was so much fun to watch that game. They had chances. Both the teams had enough chances, and they score. And we need to talk about Leicester and West Ham. They seem like they're not going to go anywhere in a hurry this season. And one of the teams can seriously break into the top 4 this year. You don't think so?
No, not really.
Why?
I think it's still quite an uphill task because Tottenham and Leicester, I mean, wait, you're talking about West Ham and?
Leicester.
So yeah, I don't think West Ham would, but I think Leicester has a higher chance, but ultimately it's going to be one of the old 4.
Dude, Leicester is 3rd in the table at 14, and why are you underestimating Brendan as a manager? He's a good manager.
No, I'm not underestimating him, but I'm just giving due credit to both Tottenham and Chelsea. And I mean, not just Tottenham and Chelsea, but Tottenham, Chelsea, and Arsenal to actually make it to the top 4.
So, can we officially say that the top 6 has become top 5 now? There is no Manchester United. They're in a league of their own.
Yeah, we almost had a new top 6 last year, but Wolves have become not that great anymore.
That's what you say.
They did win 2.
Yeah, but that's what you say. Look, Wolves are on 7 points, 13th on table, just 2 points behind Manchester United. By the next 2 game weeks, Wolves will be above Manchester United, fighting for the 7th and 6th position. They just needed that one win, which they got. Yeah. Oh man, it was a good weekend though, I have to say. Manchester City won 3-1. Who scored for Manchester City?
We had goals from Jesus, Mahrez and Sterling.
Sterling scored. And Aguero didn't play, right?
Nope. After being the second most captain person after Salah. This guy.
So what else did you observe on the weekend, Baru? What else happened?
What else? I think the best performer of FPL this year has got injured.
Who?
But we'll probably...
Oh yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne, and the latest news coming out is he's injured. So he won't play in the Champions League game. But no
Yeah,
one.
but I don't think they're going to miss him much against Dynamo Zagreb, is
Why?
it?
Why? Why not? Are you saying Dynamo Zagreb is not a good team? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying?
Yep. Yes.
Oh,
This time.
all right. Okay. Now Chelsea, man, the club. Tammy Abraham, he plays well. He doesn't score, but he plays well. And Jorginho, my man, scores a penalty. And and all's well. 2-0 victory. You know, I cried myself to sleep on Saturday. Did you see
that's not a happy.
No, this was happy crying. This was happy. This is happy crying sleeping. Did you see the photo of Kepa and Jorginho hugging each other?
No, man, I don't. I'm not on the Chelsea WhatsApp group.
Dude, it's not WhatsApp, man. Chelsea posted it on Instagram. I will repost it on Instagram and put it on Twitter. So basically, they had this. This cute little photo of Jorginho and Kepa hugging each other, and then they're together we are stronger or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it just
Chelsea's social media game on point, is it?
Oh yeah. We're getting all the Brokeback Mountain fans to like us. Yeah, but the biggest point of Chelsea is that Callum Hudson-Odoi, he's back. He's played 25 minutes, so at any given point he's going to make his, starting place pakka. That means Christian Pulisic, who is
managed to get an assist.
Yeah, and also Pulisic, who is the highest, bought player, the player bought with the highest amount this season. He is not able to get games.
Most expensive.
Yeah, oh yeah. Dude, I'm just a little lost for words.
Wow.
I'm trying.
Your tax filings have really taken the.
Oh god, I'm not. Let's not get started on that. By the way, do you think Pune City FC and shit like that they do tax filings?
Not this year.
Oh, you know who owned?
They don't exist anymore.
You know who owned Pune City FC, right? The Diwan Housing Finance guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the latest scandal which has broken out in bank. You know who owns 63% of those debts was given to only to one company from that bank?
DHFL.
Yeah, and still they couldn't pay the Pune guys. How much more did they require to pay the Pune chaps?
I like how Bangalore in the new campaign for the jerseys.
Huh.
The tagline is we belong or something. We blend in because we belong.
I don't even understand. They blend in where? To belong where?
In the city, in Bangalore. Because their new jerseys are this camo print.
Oh, I thought the new jerseys reflect traffic jam on MG Road or something.
But yeah, the whole blending and the belonging doesn't really count because apparently Bangalore are playing their games in Pune this year.
That is not yet finalized, no? They're still fighting about it. There's a case going on, so no one knows whether it's finalized or not. But if they are, yeah, yes, what can you say? All right, and then okay, let's see.
Then that'll probably become not camo print but missile stains or something on the jersey.
Okay, Baru. All right. Oh, talking about the Tottenham game, this guy Ndombele, he scores. God, that guy, he scored the high. I think he's already scored the highest number of goals in a season for him. Why is he scoring goals? He's throwing all my calculations apart. And whatever I say on football Twaddle is proving wrong because I had said Ndombele doesn't score that many goals. Disgusting. Why are Spurs like this? They just never good. They never make anyone happy. They just try to prove everyone wrong.
So anti-establishment.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, so that was the weekend, Baru. That was very nice. It was actually quite a decent weekend, we hung out, we saw a few games, but just last night was such a bummer that no one can say anything. And while we are talking right now, I just came across an article where the headline says, "Personality alone cannot make Granit Xhaka the leader Arsenal crave."
Oh man, what else does he have?
That no one knows. He's Arsenal's 9th permanent skipper since 2005.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know.
I thought in some order of preference or something.
No.
That's what it sounded like when you said it. I was like, what?
So then in the last 14 years, Arsenal had 9 skippers. So clearly, captain was not the problem with the club, no? Probably if the manager just...
anyone following Arsenal for the past, 5 years or something, 10 years, understands that Arsenal does not believe in publishing some sort of a transfer list or something.
Okay.
They just do it in a very subtle way. They make the guy the captain.
Oh, poor Shaka. I like him.
That's what, Xhaka or Saka or Xhaka?
No, not Saka. I'm just talking about Shaka. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I
think
he's
a nice guy.
Yes,
captain material.
Yeah,
according to most of our players. But I just want to know how many people are abstained.
Ozil, Emery didn't take him for that squad also. He just kept Ozil out of the voting there as well.
I want to vote. No, fuck off.
One night hummus.
Wow, that's such a bad German impression, man.
It's okay, it's Turkish, so whatever.
I want to vote. I'm not getting it.
All right. Okay, Baru, very nice talking to you. See you in the fantasy episode.
All right.
And
sure.
And for everyone who is listening
will I be on Skype for that too?
Yes, you will be on Skype. I will put
maybe
on...
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Abbe yaar, can I do this last 2-3 lines and can we move on in life? I'm trying to remember what a Twitter handle is. Because I'll tell you why. On International Podcast Day, which was yesterday, someone very nicely said Football Twaddle is one of their favorite podcasts, but they tagged the wrong Football Twaddle.
Oh man.
So please, all of you guys, the right handle on Twitter is @FootyTwaddle and Facebook and Instagram is Football Twaddle. And yeah, please at least tag us in the right ones. We like to hear nice, good messages, happy messages.
Yeah.
Yeah. And while you're at it, give us a sweet rating on iTunes as well. It helps us quite a lot. So yeah, that's it. Baru, now you can say whatever you want.
All right.
Or you can say bye.
What am I going to do with this slot?
All right, man. Bye. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Did you know that Parsis in Mumbai, instead of being left at the Tower of Silence after they die, are now cremated? And why? Because a cow fell sick in the early 1990s. Did you know that the smog in Delhi is caused by something that farmers in Punjab do and that there's no way to stop them? Did you know that there wasn't one gas tragedy in Bhopal, but 3? One of them was seen, but 2 were unseen. Did you know that many well-intentioned government policies hurt the people they're supposed to help? Why was demonetization a bad idea? How should GST have been implemented? Why are all our politicians so corrupt when not all of them are bad people? I'm Amit Verma, and in my weekly podcast, The Seen and the Unseen, I take a shot at answering all these questions and many more. I aim to go beyond the seen and show you the unseen effects of public policy and private action. I speak to experts on economics, political philosophy, cognitive neuroscience, and constitutional law so that their insights can blow not only my mind, but also yours. The Seen and the Unseen releases every Monday. So do check out the archives and follow the show at seenunseen.in. You can also subscribe to The Seen and the Unseen on whatever podcast app you happen to prefer.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Careers in the New podcast series presented by Accenture, and I'm your host Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay. In this podcast series, we'll get you the latest and greatest in the world of technology that's shaping the future of business as we know it. We're talking intelligent platforms, cloud, AI, blockchain, extended reality, and a whole lot more. Every fortnight on Wednesdays, we'll have for you a hot topic with expert speakers from Accenture talking about top trends in the space, how these are changing the world and creating growth across industries. And more importantly, we'll tell you how you can learn more, build your skills and expertise to grow and stay relevant in your career. Episodes out on the IVM Podcast app or wherever you get your podcast from.